Okay, so that's JosefVStalin, and welcome to another Starcraft 2 beta skirmish. And in this match, I command the blue Protoss. My ally Dippy commands the red Zerg across the map. X Tenakai commands the teal Zerg, or teal Terran, and Temp Fax commands the blue or the purple Protoss. And I thought after I showed you that horribly underhanded trick in my other match, I would actually show you a Protoss match where I play legitimately and not do anything that's really that should be outlawed and considered a capital offense in the Starcraft universe. Play legitimately, actually go through the Protoss tech tree and play a substantial match against another opponent. And X-Tenakai commands these Reapers, and he's going to try and harass Dippy Zergs. But it's no avail because he doesn't have his Reapers speed upgraded. And if he had those Reapers speed upgraded, then he would have been able to do a lot more damage than he could have otherwise, because those Zerglings were able to catch up to him, and they were able to kill these Reapers here. And try and hit that poor probe, poor guy. He's gonna be able to escape. And he also, I just noticed this when I was watching the replay. He built a barracks up there, because I remember when my ally expands there, and I saw that that there was a tech lab here, and I was wondering, what the hell? Why is there a tech lab in the middle of this resource pile? But eventually he just kind of lifts off that expansion, and he's gonna come in for another assault with his Reapers. But fortunately, my ally is able to see those Reapers coming in, and they get chased off. Well, they're gonna fly around and try and get up again, and these Zerglings are gonna catch up to them and surround this guy. And I don't know if they kill him. No, it looks like he escapes. So that was the most failed Reaper rush of all time. Just because, like I said, if you really want to do a successful Reaper rush, you're going to need that speed upgrade, because the Reapers have a speed upgrade, makes them go faster, and most units won't be able to catch them. And if you're going to do a Zergling rush, a real Zergling rush, I think, you should also have your Zerglings speed upgraded. I don't like to have any unit not speed upgraded. Because, as the Art of Wars tells us, speed is the essence of warfare. So you gotta make sure your units are fast and your units are quick, and you're able to react quickly and get to where you need to go without much delay. So, skipping a little bit ahead into the battle, about 10 or so minutes, my Zerg ally has gotten out a horde of Mutalisks, and he's going to begin to start harassing our enemies here. He's going to focus, instead of focusing on the probes, which what I and most people usually do, he's going to try and focus down the Nexus. Unfortunately, these Stalkers are going to be able to stop him before he's going to get any real damage off. So, no, he's going to come back and continue to assault that Nexus with his Mutalisks flying around, tying down these units. But he's going to take them, and he's going to go around the side and then start attacking this orbital command here by the Terran player. The Terran player doesn't really have... Let's see what's going on here. He's got the most harvesters. I got the most harvesters. I always have the most freaking harvesters. And I'm also pushing Void Rays, because it's a very tried and true tactic for Protoss players. These Void Rays are very good units, and they work. So here he comes with his Mutalisk Horde. He's going to try again to focus down that this command center here. And he's just going to sit there. He's just going to do what he can to try and kill it. But then all the SCVs turn to start repairing it. And he's just going to sit there with his Mutalisks trying to take it down, not realizing that the SCVs are repairing it, and he's not doing any major damage, and he's not actually being able to kill this thing, and then he just lets his entire Air Force die. And I was pretty pissed at this point. I was pretty angry. But fortunately my Air Force was still in the making. I got a fleet beacon down. I got plenty of starports and resources. Both of us have expanded. The enemies haven't even gotten out of their original base. So I feel we're in pretty good shape. Even though he wasted his entire Air Force, I mean he's already expended these rich mineral fields. So I guess in the end I was okay. But here comes the Void Ray fleet out to wreak some havoc. So our two air forces have formed up into a cohesive unit. He's only got a couple mutilisks out in the field, but I've got a large force of Void Rays, both of which are upgraded with speed and got a couple upgrades on them. But he's got his entire Stalker force waiting there. Fortunately, my Void Rays can outshoot these Stalkers, so able to do some damage. But they blink away, and of course the Stalkers are back, and also our good Terran friend has a force of Vikings, and we're no match for these their combined Stalker Viking force. So we back off a little bit. I only lost a couple Void Rays. Still producing tons and tons more of them. Just looking at the supply of each and every player, seeing who's got the best supply, and apparently I do. I've got the most amount of units, even though Protoss units generally are more expensive, but they're more powerful one-on-one. So it looks like I have the least amount of units, but they're the most powerful in the game. Anyway, let's skip ahead. So we're going to have a little harassment going down here. The Mutalisk Air Force is about to meet head-on with this Viking Air Force in a duel to the death. And because my ally micromanages his Mutalisks to attack one Viking at a time, and they're also more powerful, they're able to tear apart that Air Force. And I bring in my Void Rays, but they're much too late. So they can't see any action, unfortunately. But I do see the Protoss player put out a mothership, and unfortunately my Void Rays were there to stop its reign of terror, even though I don't think motherships are that great units. And while they're distracted, the Mutalisk Air Force comes in and finally takes down that command center this time. They didn't repair themselves. And also I got my Void Rays coming in and harassing them, melting down stuff, because this is what they do. And then he's going to bring in his Stalkers, and I think I can take these Stalkers if I micromanage my troops effectively. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and most of my Air Force gets annihilated here. I think all of it gets annihilated. Yeah, quite unfortunate. Oh well, but at this point, the Terran player is dead. My ally is still able. He still has most of his Air Force out, and at this point, I put out some Phoenixes, but they're the Terran's Air Force was already out of commission, so I guess they arrived to the battle a little bit too late. But the carriers have arrived, and I'm finally pumping out a fleet of carriers to put the final nail in the coffins of these guys. And carriers are just awesome, and you'll see why in a little bit. So our Air Forces have combined. He's also got troops in the back harassing him. We're about to pinch them in between our Air Forces. And I just love these carriers, man. Just look at them. They're just so cool. It's awesome, awesome units. I think the Protoss Air Force is probably the best in the game, followed closely by the Zerg. I don't like the Zerg because they're like late tier units, like the Broodlord. I think are basically like carrier lights, and not the hugest fan of the Broodlord. Don't think it can do as much damage as these just epic carriers can. We've got more being deployed to the field, but anyway, we're on the move. We're finally ready to finish these guys off. Try and focus down the Nexus. And here comes his Stalkers. And these Stalkers get wiped out fairly quickly by our combined Air Forces. And there's interceptors flying everywhere. And lasers going off. Stalkers are going down, and it's pretty much good game at this point from our opponent here. He's got more Stalkers coming in, but not going to be enough. Because especially as the carriers flee, they're able to deploy interceptors, and that does some damage as well. And also the Mutilus Horde is coming in as well. So we've got this guy pincered in between our two air forces, continually attacking and harassing. Then he leaves the game and rage quits. So I hope you guys enjoyed that Protoss skirmish. Thank you for watching. This is going to be JosefVStalin signing off for now. Just reminding you that if you have any Starcraft skirmishes you would like to have showcased, love to have them. Just send me a private message over YouTube and we'll talk from there.